Greetings all. Welcome to class today. It is Wednesday, January 20th, 2021. It is inauguration day. But even more than that, it's lab day. For our normal schedule, I will usually be doing one of these intros for the lab. This is just my personal greeting to you for the day. But what you will see is in the actual module folder, there will be a video that actually is a walkthrough of your lab. In that walkthrough, I try to go over most of the major concepts you'll have to see in it. I usually walk through mostly question by question, and I'll ask you what we're trying to go for in each one of those questions. For this lab, it's actually going to be a separate, it's outside. In future labs, I usually embed them in the first box in your lab, but I wanted you to see it outside so you can get the feel for how it goes. So this lab this week will be the geography basics or the geography tools. In this, we're just talking about some of those early concepts that we talked about in our Module 1 and Module 2 lectures, predominantly Module 1 right now. So we'll talk about some simple things like coordinates, isolines, learning about some projections and how maps work. It'll also be our first experience with Google Earth. If you have not used Google Earth, or if you're just not quite familiar with it, or you've never used any of the ancillary features in it, there is a general walkthrough that was in Module 1 that I hope you had a chance to actually take a look at. And that shows you how to go ahead, install Google Earth, find it, install it, and actually we will start to use it in this lab. Now it is important because we will be using Google Earth in over half, maybe 2/3 of the labs that we will actually have for a year. I like to try and incorporate it into it because this is a spatial science. So we can talk about it as much as we want, but seeing it and actually being able to visualize how it works and how things are related can have a profound effect on our understanding of these concepts. So we will be doing a lot with Google Earth this year. So take it, download it, and then jump into your video, your lab. Now, I've been asked, I will generally open up the labs on Monday, but Wednesday is the day that I will give you a little more advice. Going forward in the future, these little welcomes or walkthroughs will be actually embedded into the lab. Like I said, I just wanted to keep this one separate today because I want you to understand how it's going to work. There also will be sometimes there is a particular question or a concept inside the lab that may be a little harder to understand. So I usually try to embed sub videos inside the lab itself just for those questions that people have had historic trouble with. So on that aspect, if you have troubles with a question, let me know. That's how I know I need to add another video in there. I have no problem making more videos. You guys will get tired of seeing my face on this screen. So let me know if you have a problem, because chances are if you have a problem, someone else is going to have that problem. And we are working together. We are helping each other work through these concepts. So if you have a question, if you have a problem, send me a message. I will either answer you directly if it's just a simple short question with maybe a little nuance of understanding. But if it's a big fundamental question, I will go ahead and actually record a video so everybody can have some of that information for you. Okay, everybody. So go ahead, take a look at that. The other thing coming up is your first map quiz this week. Now, your first map quiz is on the continents and on the oceans or major water bodies. You should have seen in your Module 1 a list of the continents and the water bodies. What you will do is in your quiz, you will be shown an image of a feature, either a continent or an ocean. And then you will need to name that feature. I recommend just copying and pasting as I have in the word bank. I do have a word bank at the start of the quiz for you to refresh because I know there's so many terms. It's not as bad on the online environment because you could have always printed up a copy of it and kept it there so you can see the names. But in general, it's best to copy and paste. And that way, if there's a mistake in spelling, it's my fault, not yours. And then I can go back and correct that. And again, once you submit your quiz, you will see your scores immediately. I have it set up so that the Eagle can grade those. So if you answered a question and you are sure it is correct, send me a message because I probably made a mistake. I am not infallible. I make mistakes too. I try, I review these things, but I always make tweaks between every semester. So I might have gone through and been typing like la 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 la, and I might have hit the wrong key and misspelled the name myself. I make mistakes. So if you see something that you know is right, send me a message. I am wrong. I will go in and fix it for you. And I'll also fix it for everybody else who may have gotten the same situation out of my misunderstanding or my error. So, okay, everybody, that is what you have today. Let me just make sure. Let's check this real quick. Make sure there's anything else that I need to talk to you about today. Let's see. Anything else in the module? Also, okay, that's one thing. You will also see a new thing. You will see the next week's map quiz is going to be on the USA. So the information for that is already loaded in there. So again, it'll have a list of locations. Your job is to go ahead and find those. And I would seriously recommend start building yourself a Google Earth repository of information. So look up the place, find it on your Google map, and then drop a little pin on there and name it so you can remember, oh, where was this place at? I know we found something like, oh, Lake Superior. Well, I know there's the Great Lakes, and I know we live by Lake Michigan, but which one was Lake Superior? If you go ahead and start dropping pins in your map and saving them, you will start to build up this big body of spatial information that you can refer to anytime in the future. Anything else in your module for this week? No, I think that is it. So if you have not gone ahead, your lectures are up for this week. Your lab is up for the week. Your quiz is up for the week. The quiz is due by Friday. Your map quizzes will be due on Friday of each week. Your labs are due on Sundays of each week. So you have between now and Sunday to get it done. You have your quiz, your map quiz between now and Wednesday or Friday to get done. Next week, we will have another lab. And that'll be our Earth and Sun lab. So that should be referring to the lecture modules we went through today. All right, everybody, have a good day, and I will see you later.